I see the pretty face, but where'd she go?
All right, there we go. That wasn't supposed to play. That's for our radio show.
That's
but apparently
right.
we're rolling with it.
I was about ready to do some headbanging, you know, do a little hair thing, you know. Oh wait, I don't have
Absolutely.
anything, right?
We literally have the wrong link, but it'll notify everybody that subscribes anyway, so it's fine. I started too many YouTube streams, you guys. So if you're finding us here, I see somebody is, so that's great. Welcome. We are here with a new week of HVA-Chicks free training. We try to keep it going all summer long. At the very least, we'll be consistent weekly, probably for the next month or so still. But after that, it gets a little hairy. So definitely check it out live. But if you don't catch one or maybe you missed it, go ahead and check it out anytime on our YouTube. Today we are here. Today's training is sponsored by our awesome sponsor, Wiseman Industries. So we have Mike Polito here. He is going to introduce us to Wiseman and then talk to us about aluminum brazing and show us some proper technique, because I know I, of all people, could use some proper technique when it comes to not burning holes and things. So Mike, welcome. Thank you for being here. And can you talk to us a little bit about what you do, what about Wiseman you want to share, and what you guys do over there? And then we can just get started.
Sure. Yeah, I appreciate that, Jennifer. And again, I want to thank you for taking Wiseman on.
Of course.
As being an influencer for us. You know, influencers are such a big thing lately, and I was actually talking to a very good friend of mine, who you know, Mike Pastorella.
Yes, we love Mike.
From our John's great too. From RT, and you know, Mike is so much and so big into influencers. I really started looking into it, and so. I'm glad that I was able to reach out to you and you were able to respond back, and you found out that I was not a stalker. Thank you very much.
Oh, me too. You thought I was stalking you. So yeah, it's a great partnership. I have been waiting a very, very long time, 5 or more years, for a more on the hydronic side and brazing and soldering side chemicals company. I've never taken one on because I don't believe in the product. And when you reached out, I was like, wait, is that what I'm already using? And I was already using the Everflux. So I was like, this is a match made in heaven. This is perfect.
So
talk to us about what you guys offer.
I'm glad that you mentioned that, because I actually didn't bring any on the table. So I'm going to put
You're going to need that.
Well, the corrosion inhibitor. And I forgot.
Oh, yes.
I forgot that you guys, you especially do, corrosion inhibitors, and we have a cleaner. Just real quick, we have cleaners, but our big thing is the corrosion inhibitor for your boiler systems. And
absolutely,
I'll get that in a little bit. And then of course, we talked about the injectors. That's going to be coming out. The container's going to be leaving probably within the next week or so, and it'll land in Southern California, our master distributor, probably in about a month from there. But I'm really excited about those injectors.
So this is what he's talking about, guys. I have one here. I am about to actually use this. I'm swapping out a very old boiler at a funeral home up north. Hopefully, we're waiting to hear for sure. I'm going to use these injector style ones when I replace the boiler in order to clean it all out. But this is the corrosion inhibitor, and you have this in. You have a couple of different ones, don't you, Mike?
We got the corrosion inhibitor, we've got the cleanser, and then we've got the sludge removal with corrosion inhibitor in it.
Yes.
So, and what's cool about it, Jennifer, is, people talk about, it's all about the aerosol. Okay, well, first off, that's extremely expensive. And the injectors, all you do is pop those in a cock gun, screw it onto that radiator, and just go squeeze it right in, and it's half the cost of an aerosol, and it does, and it's just as strong, if not stronger, than what your Fernoxes and your Sentinels can do. So
Right.
You know,
and you guys, any amount of this that you can do is better than doing no amount of it. First of all, most people don't do it at all. So if you do, you're already doing better. And if you're using a product like Everad, it's so easy. It's like you don't dread sludge removal anymore.
Yeah. And of course, then we got it in the little 17-ounce liquid form as well, too. But I really think the injectors, Jennifer, are going to be a hit. I really do.
Yes.
And I kept telling Harvey, get them out here, get them out here, get them out here, so we can start pushing them.
For sure.
But of course, you know, as you know, Wiseman, we are really known for Everflux.
Yes.
This is
the champion.
This is the most beautiful flux in the entire world. We're so damn confident in it. We even say it's the best flux in the world on the very bottom there. Well, let me tell you.
I love it.
I've been using Everflux probably for about 17 or 18 years now. And when I was the national sales manager for Goss Torch, I used the Odis, I did the no corrodes, I did the Lakos, I did all the petroleum-based bullshit, excuse my expression.
You're welcome to it here.
Sorry, appreciate that. Where I didn't really know, because all I wanted to do was show off the Goss Torch, because that was my main job. Demonstrate how the Goss Torch works. I didn't care what type of flux I was using. Until one day, my Southern California sales rep, Delta Q, said, "Hey, Mike," who's the master distributor, said, "Hey, Mike, can you try this flux out?" I'm like, "Sure." Fell in love with it, man. I mean, we're talking.
Yes.
So we're talking soap-based.
It has saved 10 pairs of my jeans already.
Right. So it's soap-based.
You wipe the flux off on your jeans and it stays there forever. The oil stain stays there forever. This stuff doesn't stain. It's water soluble.
It's 100% water soluble. The other beautiful thing about it, Jennifer, is it's got the UPC code.
Yes.
It's got the ASTM B813 standard code, which is the standard code throughout the world. So this is legal in anywhere you go. And if you had any type of hardcore plumbing inspector or HVAC inspector that's out there, and you're one of the handful of HVAC contractors that still use a solder and a flux, which is good, because you're probably using either a Silver Bright 100 or you're using a Harris Silver 8, which is, I love the Harris 8 because it's got that 8% silver. And if you're using that with Aeroflux, your bond is going to be incredibly strong.
Right. And right now, you guys, you want to make sure that bond is strong, because I don't know if you have had to replace your brazing rods recently or not, but they are like $400 and something just for a pack of brazing rods right now. You need to be very, very careful with your braze and make sure that you're not, gooping and dropping and burning through, or not capping. If you don't cap your seal, and then you end up with, a pipe that you can catch a fingernail on it, and then it leaks, you now have to completely resolder that seal. And now you're using just as much brazing rod as you did the first time. So we have to be really, really careful. Using flux, I recommend it right now for sure.
Yep, good. That's awesome that you said that. Like I said, the pressures with the Silver Bright 8 or even the Silver Bright 100, it will be fine for those pressures. So again, that's Everflux. It's 100% water soluble. It washes out in cold water. I know that there's not really no water related in HVAC, but if you guys do have some plumbing applications that you guys do need to use a flux, highly recommend it, and you'll be fine doing that. The other, we make it in different sizes, but the other thing that we also are doing, and Jennifer, you and I were talking about, you actually are now doing tankless water heater kits, correct?
Yes. Yep.
Okay, so we got what's called the CK1 cleanse kit, and this happens to be the descaler. Can you see that?
Yes.
Okay, so it's Everclean's descaler for the tankless water heaters. Very similar to our corrosion inhibitor, except this has got a little bit more stronger chemicals in it. But the cool thing about Harvey and what he does when it comes to his chemicals, he is so big into inhibitors and surfactants. Now, if you are, you might know, but if the people that are watching, if they don't know what inhibitors or surfactants are, let me kind of explain. Inhibitors prevent corrosion. Okay. I was doing a counter in Pensacola this last week with my plumbing guy, and I asked a plumbing guy, and I said, "Do you know what inhibitors are?" And he goes, "Yeah, it prevents weeds." And I looked up at him. I said, "Okay, I'll take that analogy." So why not? Because basically, what inhibitors
algae, right?
prevent? Yeah, they prevent corrosion, so they prevent growth inside the units. And then I got on this one. I said, "Do you know what a surfactant is?" And he goes, "No, I got no idea." Jennifer, do you know what a surfactant is? I'm not trying to put your feet to the fire, but do you know what a surfactant is?
Okay. I don't.
So surfactants is a soap chemical that makes water wetter. Now,
Wetter.
How the hell do you make water wetter? Okay.
Volume is a volume thing.
Visualize this. No, visualize this. Take Roundup weed killer. You spray the weed. It beads up on the leaves of the weed, right? So if you throw a surfactant, which is a soap chemical, into that Roundup, you shoot the weed again, it covers the entire weed.
Gotcha.
So that's the surfactant. You'll hear about surfactants in like lawn and garden for when people are, spraying weeds just to see where they've been. That's what a surfactant is. So that surfactant works in conjunction with the inhibitors to prevent further corrosion down the line. Okay.
So that must be why. Did the scalar have the surfactant in it? So I did something bad the other day.
That has surfactants in it.
Val and I did something bad the other day, and we had a really disgusting heat exchanger on a tankless boiler, and nothing was taking it off. I mean, it was disgusting. It was horrible. We couldn't get it out from like the ribs around the heat exchanger, so we used some of the boiler cleaner, the cleanser, the descaler, and on the inside of the heat exchanger, and it literally took it out like immediately, but it wasn't not like in an acid way, in like a soapy way, like it washed it away. You know what I mean? And I know that's not what it's made for, but I had to do something, and it worked beautifully. We ended up drying it all off after rinsing it out, flushing it, but it worked really well.
and
that makes sense now.
And that's what's so badass about the corrosion inhibitor for the heating systems. That's what's so bitchy about Everrad. Harvey is so big into surfactants and inhibitors. In fact, I mean, he puts it in Everflex. And it's crazy, but he's just you met him at the HR, and he's just a great guy, and he's a very smart man as well. So,
he absolutely is.
That's pretty much it when it comes to, I think, on the HVAC side of what you guys do. I would like to kind of talk to you guys about aluminum brazing. A lot of people out there in your field say you can't braze aluminum. Yes, you can. It's that freaking easy.
No, it's not that you can't, it's that we can't.
Well, there's two things that make brazing aluminum easy peasy. Okay. First off, it's the rod that you choose.
Yeah.
There's kits out there that have an aluminum rod, have a stainless steel brush, and they have I forget what else they have. It might be like a flux of some sort. But that shit doesn't work. Okay.
Right.
So Lucas Millhop just loves me because I always plug him. Can you see it? Can you see AL822?
Yes.
So this is AL822. It's a self-fluxing aluminum rod.
Oh, real quick, Mike. Those of you who are students who haven't been out in the field doing this before, aluminum brazing is different from normal copper brazing. We have to be very, very careful, first of all, because if you're not like me, so I'm a B-tank girl, you all know it. You all talk crap on my videos about how I always use B-tank. It's because it's how I learned. People who are heavy-handed at brazing, like I am, will end up burning holes in things. You could destroy an aluminum coil just by brazing it. So the difference is in the product you use to braze aluminum. You can't use the same products as you would use for copper, so don't try that at home. If you do want to try aluminum brazing, I suggest doing that, but make sure that you're buying the stuff that Mike is showing you here, because it is far different from what we use just on a regular refrigeration coil. All right, go ahead, Mike.
No, that was absolutely well said, because when it comes to aluminum brazing, it only takes 450 degrees to melt aluminum.
Yes.
So this is an aluminum rod. This is a Silphos rod. This is a 15% Silphos rod. Now, the definition of AWS, which is the American Welding Society, The definition of them explaining the difference between brazing and soldering is the degree of 840 degrees. So anything above 840 degrees is considered brazing. Anything below 840 degrees is considered soldering. But here's the thing. You braze aluminum. You don't solder aluminum. You braze aluminum. It's just weird,
right.
the technical term, but
just the terminology.
Yeah, it's the terminology.
And for those of you who are new in the industry, brazing is typically for refrigeration for the HVAC side, for the higher pressures. And soldering is, we can get away with soldering with R22, which was great. But the refrigerants that have come since, we can't solder them. We have to braze them because the pressure is too high. Otherwise, if you're doing it for water piping, you can solder all day long. Yep. Brazing isn't necessary.
Yep. Okay, so what I'm going to do, Jen, I'm going to go ahead and do a couple of samples here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a couple of what are called aluminum coupons, okay?
Yes.
And then after I get done showing you guys how easy and peasy it is to do, I'm going to come over and I drilled some pretty nice sized holes. Can you see the holes in the coils here?
Yes. Okay, if you're on a phone, you might not be able to. I can see them on my phone. If you can't see them on your phone, you can go back and watch. If you're really curious about, the in-depth of it, you can go back and watch on a computer anytime.
Yeah. So obviously you're not going to get that big of a hole when it, right. when a coil condenser leaks. Okay.
Well,
well, God, I hope not, but if you do, you do. Okay, whatever. But I'm just saying.
Unless you burned the hole bigger than it was, because I have done that.
I'm going to teach you guys from not doing that. That's how easy this is. Stop being so funny.
That'd be great.
That's awesome. And the other thing I also wanted to show you that I'm going to try to do and try to attempt is, you see the fins, how, you've got fins here, right?
Yeah.
And I drilled a hole in the fin. I drilled a hole down there. Some of you contractors out there, and some of the contractors that your students, as a matter of fact, they'll say you can't put fire to the fins because then you'll ruin the condenser.
They'll burn up. Yeah.
It's not true. It's not true.
Especially not with aluminum.
Right. So I mean, when you'll melt these fins a little bit, but that's not going to hurt the actual unit.
The total surface area. Yeah. So those of you who don't know, the fins are there totally for surface area. Your coils do not have moving parts. Your coils are solely for surface area. It allows the refrigerant to change phase on its own naturally. So when the ambient air touches the coil, it automatically bubbles off the refrigerant. You don't have to do anything. That's because of those fins. So yes, if you had like a big caved in half of your coil, maybe it would affect it. But essentially, even if you have, a 4-inch spot on that coil that's destroyed fins, it's not going to change a whole lot about the way that your refrigerant bubbles off.
Exactly. Okay. So what I'm going to do here, Jen, I'm going to go ahead and do a quick aluminum braze. And I'm not going to use air acetylene. I'm not going to use oxyacetylene. I'm going to use MAP Pro gas because
all right, MAP gas.
You want to MAP gas. It's actually MAP Pro. They no longer make MAP gas anymore. So
right.
Yeah, so that's why it's MAP/PRO, and the PRO stands for propylene, which is maybe a couple hundred degrees hotter than propane. And that yellow bottle is propane. There's no MAP in there whatsoever.
Right.
but for the typical old timer contractors out there, they're so used to
vocabulary.
Gas, MAPP.
Yeah, you guys were taught that it's a MAP gas torch, no matter what's in it.
Exactly. All right, so stainless steel brush is one of the most important things that you need because you want to make sure that aluminum is clean. And that
100%.
Using the stainless steel brush is what you want to do. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to brush it up real well.
This cleans it and it adds texture, you guys. It helps your solder and your flux to stick, depending on what you're using.
And then what you're going to do is you're going to use your handy dandy Goss torch.
Shout out to Goss, another one of our amazing sponsors.
Why I had to put the shout out. This is called the torch gun, guys. Highly recommend.
And you guys, we're going to be giving away that's awesome, Mike. We're going to be, I just got one from Amazon for myself, and it's got the bag that goes over your shoulder. It's so handy. You guys, we're going to be giving away a Goss torch here not too long from now, so stay tuned.
Yeah, let us know. Let us know if you need. I think Kevin and Justin sent some to you already, but
yes, they did. Yep.
All right, cool. So that's a fully open flame on this, but I'm just going to kind of bring it down because again, guys, it's all about temperature when you're doing them. And you can actually see I'm actually kind of far away on this, but I just want to get it nice and hot, nice and warm, and I'm going to let my rod do the magic. And then once I get done with it, I'll show you how easy it is. Come on. Let it melt in, let it melt in, let it melt in. Come back here.
It's very important, you guys, that you understand that the distance Mike is away from the medallion is very important here. You go up too close, you burn a hole. And heating it evenly. You see how he's changing his hands. We did meet Mike at AHR, Danny. Yes, we did.
That's a pretty joint right there. And not that type of joint.
All right, let's see it, folks.
My flyers, when I do Wiseman Counter Days, Jennifer, the first line is, come burn a joint with the Wiseman rep.
Thanks, we'd love to.
Right?
Look at that, guys.
You see how that took all the way around? And I didn't use
It's not flimsy.
Okay.
So now, you guys, if I had done that, I would have held that torch too close, and there would be a hole right through that, the top medallion piece.
Or it'd be melted like right here or something like that.
One corner's bent down.
But I'm telling you, the rod is such a beautiful rod. You guys, I'm telling you, Lucas Millhop loves me. They just like, you keep doing what you're doing. We'll send you whatever you need. I'm like, thank you very much.
We love them too.
Okay. Yeah, I got a hold of my girl, Jean. I said, Jean, she says, well, call up Bob. I said, okay, I'll call up Bob. So,
we got the whole world in on our HVA-Chicks training.
Yeah. Okay.
It's all for y'all.
I'm going to go ahead and come over here and see if I can you see the holes?
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take care of these two holes right here, okay?
Perfect.
I got holes all over the place, but I was trying to think, how am I going to do this freaking camera angle?
Nope, that's perfect. What's important here is that everybody can see how far away you are with the torch. It's all about, and practice makes perfect here, you guys. Doing a whole bunch of this at home, just on junk aluminum you might have, will really give you that ability to know how close to come in with the torch, how far to pull back, when you should turn it, when you should heat a different point for placement. Like, distributing the flame is the important thing with aluminum. You don't want to overheat any one spot on the aluminum. So watch how Mike does this on an actual live coil.
And this is actually, you brought up a real good point, Jennifer. So just to let you know, this coil here, I picked this up yesterday with my buddy over at Ferguson HVAC. His name is Ren Weaves. And I said, hey, dude, I said, by chance you got any warranted, evaporated aluminum coils? He goes, I got a couple. I go, can I come get one? He goes, absolutely. So Ferguson. So you make a good point, Jennifer. For your students and for those that want to practice, you just do what I did. Take a drill and just drill holes in it.
Yep.
And if you guys can fix those holes that size, you guys will become really good.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Let's see what I can do here. Let's see if I can get this set up again.
Perfect.
Are you good there, Jennifer?
Yep, that's good.
Perfect.
Don't ever skip the cleaning part, guys.
Yeah, this is very, very important, guys.
If you're moving too fast, you'll forget that part. You'll end up your braze won't stick at all. It'll fall right off.
All right, let's move on.
All right, you got this.
Right.
Notice the distance. Notice how he turns down. When you point, those of you who are brand new to brazing of any kind, if you're not sure how high your torch should be, turn your gas down until you see a perfect star. If you point it at the ground or at a table, when its reflection is a perfect star, that's when your torch is where it needs to be. And with aluminum, even lower than that. It is so hard to braze an aluminum coil because of this. As you guys can see, Mike's struggling to get a good angle. You're struggling to get your fingers in there. It's a tough practice. Awesome.
No more.
How quick was that, guys? 1.5 seconds.
All right, so that's what the hole looked like, and now that's what it looks like now.
Perfect.
That's how easy it is. That one took a little longer than normal. I'm gonna try one more because it made me look bad. Hey, here comes the rain, Jennifer.
Yep, that's why it took longer. So you guys, the temperature is affecting the coil, which is affecting Mike's braze. This is another thing we have to keep in account, especially if we're brazing on a roof.
We're gonna go with that. I like it. I like it. There we go. Boom, done.
There we go.
Done.
See, now, a lot of the time as techs, we overthink things and we'll think that can't be it, right? Like I can't be done yet. And then we'll end up sabotaging ourselves because we keep that torch on a little longer. We put a little more braze on, and that is where we typically run into the problems. Aluminum brazing isn't necessarily tough. It's keeping our brains out of the mix. That's tough.
And then, you know what? Just for shits and giggles, Jennifer, let me show you what I mean about the fins.
Let's do it.
Let's see if I can do this with the fins.
Danny says you can practice on aluminum cans, just try them out correctly. Yes, I have done this. This is how I started practicing when I first came into the trade.
So you see how the fins are burning, how they're melting? I mean, it takes...
Yep.
This is a 2,000-degree flame coming out of here, guys, okay?
Yep.
And very thin aluminum, so it burns pretty easily.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be afraid to burn the fins because this area here isn't going to affect the rest of the coils. That makes sense?
Right. Yes. Surface area wise, it doesn't have to be even. It just has to be available, you guys. And again, if you burn the fins off, some people tear them off. They'll grab them with pliers and pull them off. I just burn them off. It's far faster.
So I got some needle nose here. I'm just kind of spreading some things out.
Yep.
I'm not ruining it at all.
As long as you don't damage that coil loop, you'll be good. That's why I just burn the fins off, because I don't want to damage the actual coil pipe with my pliers. If you're very careful, you can absolutely do that.
Done.
All right, let us see up close, Mike, if you can move the camera in a little bit to that spot. Look at that. That is a micro channel coil that would have had to be replaced. Say it was outside of warranty. And we have replaced many of them over the course of the last 10 years.
Yep.
So that's as easy as it is. And if you can provide that to your customer, especially in the commercial world, right? Oh, you got to replace this coil on this air handler in your, office space. Well, commercial customers don't like to wait for parts to come. They don't like to wait for anything. If you can pull that coil and you can repair it and then put it right back in same day, you'll have a customer for life. By far.
Yep.
Awesome. I love it.
So that's
so Mike, can you kind of go into a little bit just the key differences between as a technician, as a person doing it, between hot brazing and aluminum brazing, like between copper and aluminum, what is the difference as far as technique?
Let's rock on that. So it's definitely the temperature. So,
yes, right.
Silver brazing, copper to copper. Again, anything over 840 degrees is considered brazing. However, it's a little harder than that. It's about 1,100 degrees once you get that. And if you would like me to, Jennifer, I'll be more than happy to do a demonstration on copper.
I would love to. Yeah, let's do it.
Rock on.
So what I love about copper to copper is that there's room for error. There's a whole lot of room for error copper to copper, whereas if you're doing aluminum brazing, you do have to be far more organized and careful.
Okay.
Mike, do you have the Gauss turbo, the Gauss B-tank torch handy. Awesome.
Is a shark shit in the sea, Jennifer?
Val just took mine to work, so I don't even have it handy.
So, yeah, I'll go ahead and this is my little travel. This is like my American Express card. I don't leave home without it.
I love it.
All right, let me get some copper. Hold on.
Sure thing. So you guys, copper brazing, the biggest things to make sure of is that you're evenly heating the pipe, that you're heating. I like to heat the fitting really rather than the pipe. I would prefer to overheat a fitting than overheat a pipe. The pipe is on the inside of the fitting. We need to make it through the fitting to the pipe in order to make a good seal. I like to make the fitting hot, touch my brazing rod around that joint and let it suck in to the fitting, and then go back around it and cap it. And the rule of thumb is, if you can catch your fingernail on it, you need to go around it again. You don't want to be able to see any of the underlying fitting at that joint. You want it to be flush with the pipe. So Mike's going to show us all of that right now, which is really awesome. We have brazing classes. If you guys haven't taken one of our brazing classes yet, I'll probably put a couple of them up on YouTube that just aren't in video form yet. But we have them for you if you're trying to really learn how to braze. Oh, Mike, you just did the black screen thing again. I think you're hitting the camera button.
What did I do here? Hello. Am I there?
There you go. Yep, gotcha.
Okay. So this actually is a braze joint that I did as a demonstration, but I'm going to go ahead and put a coupling on this side. But very important, you definitely want to use sandcloth when you braze.
Can you show it, Mike? So this is called Vibrant Abrasives. Mike introduced me to the owner, Jeff. He's awesome. He's a quirky, awesome, sweet guy. He makes hot pink sanding paper, you guys. And I actually think I do. So we're going to be working with them. HVA-Chicks is going to be working with them as well, along with Wiseman and Goss to kind of get the brazing and soldering area figured out. But they have high vis, orange, yellow, and pink right now, and I have asked Mike to use the pink today so you guys can see it. It's so cool. How cool is that?
You're so cute. God, I love you.
I love it. I'm so giddy over pink things.
I know. Well, the cool thing about this is it's also breast cancer awareness too. So that's one of the reasons why Jeff does this. So okay.
It's also just better quality sanding cloth. I've noticed.
It is. It's great quality. So what I'm going to do?
It's like so thick.
I want you guys to see the difference between how clean that is, compared to how dirty that is. Okay.
Insane.
So, all right.
2 seconds. All it took.
Unfortunately, Jennifer, I don't have a 3/4 inch brush, but pretend I.
Yep. Pretend you deburred. We gotcha.
Got a deburr. All right. Let me bring the phone back down here.
Yep.
Can you see
that? I love this. I wish we could do this every week. This is so fun.
Okay. Good to see that. You see that good?
Yep.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, oh my God, you know what? I was going to use the Goss self-igniting size 5, and I was actually going to holding the tip, but I won't do that.
Not worth it.
Do you want me to?
No, it's all right.
Okay.
Whatever's easier for you, Mike.
I'm just going to go ahead and use a regular 5 tip, okay?
All right.
Okay, it'll take me about 40 to 45 seconds to do this.
We'll be watching.
Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start up in this area here. I'm going to bring my flame down and just kind of play with it. And then what's going to happen is once that starts turning a little pinkish, that's when I'm going to lay my brazing rod down, and I'll start brazing it.
Yep, watch for color change, you guys. Watch the depth, again, that Mike is at with a bigger torch. Again, look how much room for play we have here compared to that aluminum. We were pulling a MAP gas torch about 3 inches away in the aluminum brazing. With this, we can get right up on it. We still have to be careful not to overburn, but it's harder to do. And we heat that fitting right up until it turns to the cherry pink color. And that's when our brazing rod will typically take, except if it's cold outside. If you're trying to braze in a cold, windy area, you may need to heat it up more before your brazing rod will stick. And then again, we want to make as few disturbances in the braze as we can. So that first one is always going to want to suck right into the fitting. We're going to want that to completely cover the inside of the fitting before we even try to cover the outside of those two joints together. As you can see, it's got a nice cherry red. And then the aftermath, after you cool your fitting down, we're also looking at color change. You'll notice as it starts to cool on its own, it turns into this beautiful, like...
And the Goss tips don't get hot.
Yes, you can touch the tip of the Goss torch, you guys. I tried it the other day. Insane. You can touch it and it doesn't burn you. But yeah, once it gets to that, once you're cooling down like Mike is now, it gets to that rainbow kind of, smooth color. Then you're going to be able to dunk it in your water or wrap it in your rag because you don't want to wipe your braze off while it's still really hot. What do we got? Beautiful. See, as you can see, Mike, if that's not too hot still, try to like touch your fingernail on that joint.
Touch my fingernail?
Like this? Like, can you pick at that joint at all?
Oh, you take, no, wait, say it again, Jennifer?
If you hold the joint, like, and you try to pick at the connection, like that on the outside,
yeah,
you can't feel it. It's completely capped over with braze. That's how you want it.
Yeah, that's the bead. That's called a bead.
Making a bead, exactly.
Making a bead.
That is the number one failure point I find in service is somebody didn't bead their connection.
Yep.
Awesome.
One more product I want to show you.
Please do.
Did you ever get a chance? No. Did you get a chance to walk over to the Goss booth at all?
I did. Yep, we did an interview.
But they were just talking about HVA-CR, right? They weren't burning anything. I'm going to show you.
Yeah, they weren't burning. No.
Okay, I'm going to show you a product, and you might be familiar with Viper Wet Rag.
Oh yes, we're very familiar with Viper.
Okay, so this is Viper.
Oh, I have this too.
Okay, you have it too?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Right,
I think, unless Val took it on me. Nope, Val took mine.
Oh, that bastard. Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, it's a reusable heat putty. I'll go ahead and demonstrate myself. I normally have a van.
Yes.
But this product is amazing for when it comes to protecting those valves, those TXV valves, those reversing valves, or just you want
sight glasses. I used it for a sight glass.
Yeah, and
to not cook the inside.
Right, and if you don't want to take all the sensitive parts out of a TXV valve, you just cover the TXV valve up with this.
Yep.
If it wasn't for this product, Jennifer, Mike Passarella wouldn't have it under Viper Wet Rag because I introduced
absolutely.
It. So, all right, real quick, let me show
Love it. Oh, I want to show them this too real quick, Mike, because it's this and the stick. So the Everflux also comes in a little stick that looks like a chapstick or a glue stick almost, which I love, love, love. You can keep it in your pocket. But this one is probably my favorite. This is the brush and what is it? Brush and something?
The
brush and tub. Yes, look at this. Just to show you the consistency of Everflux, you guys. Like, oh. It is not dripping off of my brush, which I love. And then you have, it's like a white, super thin, like it's so different from other flux. Definitely try the Everflux, you guys.
Oh, yeah. Is that the stick you're talking about?
Yes, that stick.
Yeah.
I grabbed one at HR and I've been using it nonstop.
Isn't it great?
So good.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and light my. Oh, one of the things I forgot to ask you was, do you know what the temperature of acetylene that comes out of this tip? Do you know what the temperature is?
No, I don't.
So the rated temperature is between 34 and 3,600 degrees.
Yeah, I knew it was in the threes. I thought so. Yep.
So
then you touch the tip and it doesn't burn you.
No. So, yeah. I'm going to go ahead and use the 14 and light this bad boy up real fast.
Yep.
And watch this.
That was fast. Holy crap.
But my point is that I'm holding on to the copper.
You're still holding it, yeah. So you guys, he's not holding the putty. He's holding the other side of that. And if it heated that tip up that fast, the whole pipe would be hot enough to scald you. Easy.
Oh, all day long. And here's the cool thing.
That stuff works so good.
So the burnt stuff, that's just fibers. That's like what the like white fibers on a welding blanket. Throw it away. Put it back in the jar.
I mixed mine back in.
That's fine. You could do that too. And then if it starts getting a little dry, you just take some water on your fingers
and putty clay
and get it wet again and cover it up.
I have a little piece of it in my truck, so when I get irritated at like somebody in the commercial world gives me an NTE that I don't like, I grab that little piece of putty, and it's really good for stress too.
Nice. Nice. The other cool thing about that I love about heat barrier is that if you don't, let's say if you're up against something that's combustible, I'm going to take
like siding.
So let's say you're up against something that's combustible.
Yes.
It sticks on the wood drywall, and it comes off with no mess.
Yep. That one day that I almost lit up a lady's siding, that was the day that I started using heat putty. The blanket wouldn't fit. It was too close. My connection was too close. And I had to do something. I was literally melting the siding. I went and I grabbed some heat putty, worked like a charm.
That's awesome.
Saved me from the fire department.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right. That's my magic, babe. That's
awesome. I love it. Thank you so much. Hey, Mike, do you have your braze torch out still? And that piece of copper?
One? Which one?
The braze torch, the actual braze.
Oh.
The copper braze.
This?
Yep, the one you were just using. Can you just show us what can go wrong when you're brazing copper?
Sure.
Real quick.
Sure.
We've made it look really easy is my concern. It is definitely easy. Those of you who haven't done this before, it is easy once you get the hang of it, but things can go wrong, even with copper brazing. So I just don't want to make it look so easy people start to feel bad about themselves.
Do you want me to, are you telling me, do you want me to melt it?
Only if you want to.
I'm a pyromaniac. I'll do anything.
You can either melt it or you can braze badly. Your choice.
There's no such thing as bad brazing when it comes to me. No, I'm just kidding.
Looks like I couldn't do it if I tried.
Let's see. I'm trying to think if I can do a bad braze.
Maybe show what it's like if you miss a spot.
Okay, let me see what I can do on that. Let's see here. Hold on.
That would be great. So sometimes, you guys, we have to get on the ground, or we have to get a pipe is horizontal and it's close to the ground, and we've got to braze up under it. We can miss spots if we do that. That's why it's so important to have a mirror that we hold behind our pipe, making sure we went all the way around it. But it's very easy to miss it. And if you miss it, you will have a leak. Mike, I just want Mike to show you guys it's not always sunshine and daisies when it comes to brazing, and it's not always your fault either. Sometimes it's hard to reach.
And this is only my second day on the job, so.
Mike is going to have a harder time brazing badly than I have brazing well.
Okay, I'll tell you what. I'm going to try.
I'm giving him a real challenge.
I'm going to try something a little different here. I'm going to try and pull it up.
All right, yeah, let's unbraze it.
Okay. So let's braze and see if I can pull it up.
Yep.
Because pulling up a braze or a solder is a lot stronger than a horizontal or vertical. Because you know, Jennifer, that the brazing rod and the solder follow the heat, right?
Yes.
So what I'll do is I'll braze like half of it, pretending that I think that I got everything covered. And I'll show you that it's not covered. I know what you want.
Perfect. I love it. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
I know what you want me to do.
We sometimes do things poorly, you guys. It's just a thing we do. Okay. You're so welcome, Kevin. Thank you for being here.
All right, let's see here. Is that Kevin?
Danny, it's just hard to burn a hole in a piece of copper.
Oh, I'd be just now, the interesting thing is what I'd also like to talk to you about is that a lot of HVAC contractors and refrigeration contractors, they'll use that dual tank system. They'll use the MC tank and mix it with oxygen. And one of the reasons why they do that is because, first off, it's an extremely hot heat, because if you add oxygen to any gas, doesn't matter if it's propane, MAP, or if it's acetylene, you're adding 3,000 degrees to that gas. So this will go from 3,000 to 6,000 if you add oxygen.
Just an insane, an unimaginable amount of heat.
Right? But what happens with the reason why a lot of the guys are trained on oxy-fuel is because the flame's that big. Yeah. And when you guys are working in a compartment that's the size of my fist, you need that small flame. Yeah. But then again, for those like yourself, Jennifer, you're a B tank.
Oh, I struggle so hard with that.
I love it.
I gotta have the B tank.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, let me see if I can get this. Okay, can you see that pretty good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's see if I can screw this up.
Good luck. I love the B-tank torch for typical sized brazing, you guys, because it just covers the whole pipe. You don't have to do the whole, walk around that you have to do with oxyacetylene to make sure it doesn't burn through. It just evenly covers the whole pipe. Let's see if Mike is capable of screwing this up. I got faith. What's so funny is I know all of us who do this for a living are all sitting here like I can smell it. All right.
All right. Now, I'm going to go ahead and cool
Moment of truth.
All right. Really?
Your phrase is too good.
Come on. Oh, screw it. There it goes. Oh, this is exactly what you're looking for, Jennifer. Okay, so good.
Yep.
Decent. Uh-oh.
See, you guys.
Now, even though it looks like it went,
yes,
that's gonna leak.
Yep.
That's gonna leak. That's not
100%.
Okay.
And a lot of the time, it will look like that is how it will look. Yep. Your leaks don't come because it's a leak somebody saw and chose not to deal with. They come because they thought they had it covered. Yep. Just like that.
Yep.
Perfect example, Mike.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, cool. Yeah.
You screwed up so beautifully.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Mike, where can people find Wiseman? I know we're getting into a couple of things on the East Coast over here, you and me. But as a typical kind of, if you just had to throw out like a rule of thumb as to how they could get it, where would you send them?
Any Ferguson. I hate the
Ferguson,
guys,
perfect.
The F guys.
Awesome.
Has Wiseman and has all of the SKUs in their system.
Great.
Win airs.
Yep.
I'm trying to think what's up there in that area. I mean, I know you got people watching from all over, right?
Yep, we got them from all over the globe. But yeah, so you guys, Ferguson's, Win Airs, your typical plumbing supply places. But now we're getting into combi boilers. A lot of us are now the guy who does that, right? So if that's the case, make sure you're starting out with the right brand, the right products. We've shown you the differences today between, typical products of the same magnitude and then the Wiseman version. And I have not yet been disappointed with the Wiseman version of anything. So awesome.
Also,
thank you.
Also, Jennifer, if it's okay with you, that I'm still looking for a sales rep agency up there in the
Yes,
States. You did mention
please do.
NES. You're gonna have to. I'm not now. Did you say NES is a sales rep agency or are they a distributor?
They're a distributor.
Okay.
So we still need a sales rep agency.
Yep, I still need a sales rep agency. So if anybody out there knows of one that wants, I am talking to Brad Pendleton again. I don't know if you know Brad Pendleton from Pendleton Associates. He's up there in the Rhode Island area. He might take it back on. So we'll find out.
Awesome. Yeah. If anybody knows of any sales rep agency up in the New England states specifically, I believe, right, Mike?
Yes, ma'am.
Please reach out to Mike or I. Let us know. We are trying to get this in at my distributor in Mass. We're really, really hoping that that's going to work out. So, but again, if you're not in the New England states, you can get this far easier. So, and Ferguson, Wind Supply.
Jennifer, if it's okay, if you want to give my email out to your students and to your contractors, I'd be more than happy to help them out and guide them in the right direction. Because the more the people start asking for it, the better it's going to be for all of us. So
absolutely,
it's huge on the West Coast. It's big in Florida. It's big in Texas. It's getting big in the Illinois market. So yeah, it's
absolutely.
Really starting to pick up and kick ass.
And the company is a UK company.
Mm-hmm. We make all.
We should get that out there too.
Yep.
There are a lot of manufacturers when it comes to the chemicals, especially, that can't tell you or don't like to lead with where they're manufactured, right? They don't want to tell you that unless it's the US, right? Mm-hmm. Being manufactured in the UK, it sets higher standards. It gives a really all around kind of, it's been tested and approved, if you will, in other stages other than America. So I love that about it as well. And Harvey is amazing. He took it over from his dad, right, Mike?
Yeah, so his dad founded Wiseman like 53 years ago or something like that.
Yeah, it's been around forever.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and it's a family-owned company. It's a guy who gives a crap, you guys. And again, the other thing is if you start using Wiseman products, you're having trouble brazing, or you're having trouble learning, or you have a really tricky situation where you've got to aluminum braze, anything like that, reach out to me, reach out to Mike. I'm sure that Mike would walk you through it. I know he's probably going to have to walk me through sometime in our partnership. So reach out to us, and we're happy to help out. Mike, thank you for being here.
You're welcome. You can only hope, Jennifer, I'll help you. I'm just kidding.
Exactly.
No, I appreciate everything that you do. And it was funny. I was kind of nervous about doing this today because I've never done a live YouTube.
Oh, you did amazing.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
I wish we could do this every episode. Seriously, this was so helpful. And now we can use this video and send it out to our apprentices when they join. And this is so great on so many levels. So we really appreciate it.
All right, man. Appreciate you.
And you guys go follow Michael S. Polito on LinkedIn as well. Get his follower count up there.
And I also have an Instagram account where it's wise_chem_guy, GUY. So it's
that's you?
Yeah, so it's wise_, just like Wiseman, but wise_guy.
Yep.
Wiseman.
I didn't realize that was you.
That's me.
I love it. Awesome. All right. So you guys go follow Mike, and we'll hopefully get him to post some videos of burning stuff up since he's a pyro. It'll be great.
Here's something else too, Jennifer. And as much as it pains me because I'm not a big fan of it, but I'm going to probably open up a TikTok page.
Yes, get Mike on TikTok.
I'm not a big fan of TikTok, but people are saying, Mike, you got to get on TikTok, bro.
Well, you'll have to now, because it's one of my main platforms, and now I'm influencing for Wiseman. So how are you going to see your videos?
Yeah, I know. I'm going to have to do it. So
love it.
All right, baby.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much, Mike. This is seriously so helpful as far as the industry goes as a whole, as far as our coalition, but just as far as futures go, having videos like this that we can, if somebody says, hey, can you teach me to aluminum braze, or what should I, do I need to know? Being able to just send this video out is huge for us. So thank you so much.
You're welcome. One more thing before you say goodbye. Are you aware of the new copper that's coming out for refrigeration called iron copper?
I heard about that. Yes, I read an article about that.
You know what I'm loving about that, Jennifer? You have to braze it.
Do we know when? The article I read didn't have a timeline.
It's actually out now.
Oh, wow.
I think Mueller is getting ready to release theirs.
Gotcha.
But it's because of the new gases that are coming out from refrigeration. And it's a thicker copper, but it's got iron in it. No pressing whatsoever. I am so stoked to hear about that.
I love it. We're going back.
Yeah.
We're going back to the good old days, folks.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's our time to shine, Mike.
Well, you know what's crazy, Jennifer, about pressing, especially when it comes to HVAC? The O-rings don't hold. Now they may say they hold, but they can't hold the pressures. Once you get past 450 PSI, they start getting.
They're tested. What Mike's saying, you guys, is they're tested at 750, and most companies, ROS anyway, is tested at 750 PSI, but that's not over time. So we have to keep that in the back of our minds. Just because you press it and it holds right now doesn't mean it will in 3 months, doesn't mean it will if the compressor starts overamping or the pressure's heightened. If you overcharge it and now it's got, hitting 650 normally throughout the day, eventually that O-ring is going to fail. So we've got to be really careful with pressing as well. I don't love it for A2Ls. I didn't love it for 4.
But it's just what we're stuck with. Pressing has its place, you guys, but brazing will always have the title. Always will hold the belt for me anyway. I love nothing more than a nice braze joint that I know I can control, right?
Yep.
Absolutely. Yep. All right, Mike, thank you so much. And we'll come together and figure out what we can do for the next one.
All right,
I plan on having you here a whole bunch.
Oh, no problem. I love doing it. So let me know.
Thank you. Thank you guys for coming. You can go, my earbud died. That's what I did to my audio. You guys can go on the YouTube channel if you haven't caught the last few trainings and catch up on them. They're up there now. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here, and we will catch you on the flip side.
Bye, baby.
Bye.